right, hey friends, welcome back to the channel. We got a little break in the rain today, so I'm out here trying to check and see what everything is looking like, see if I need to harvest anything. So how are you guys doing today? I'm just getting off of work. Still pretty damp out here, but the sun is out, and baby, we got a break in the rain. So I'm just taking a little stroll out here just to see what's going on. All right guys, so I'm gonna turn my camera around. All right guys, here is my tomato bush here, my lemon cucumber. Here are my watermelon that have germinated. Look like they're getting leggy. Let's see, I have a squash here that's coming along. I see ants everywhere. Got my ginger here. Got my little tomato coming along here. My blackberry bush. Here's my other blackberry bush. Another tomato plant back there. All right guys, so finally trying to get some blooms here on my garden beans. All right, I want to come out here and do a feeding, which I think I might will, since I'm beginning to see some blooms. All right, here goes some peppers back here in the back. These are my bell peppers. These are my cayenne peppers here. In the back, I have my, what are those? Serrano peppers. And here are those I brought you along when I planted out these sweet potatoes. Baby, they are coming along. This is my fig tree. Everything has grown some. Oh, I got a big squash back here, guys. I'm gonna try to step out here. Don't have my boots on, so okay, the ground is pretty decent for me to walk out here. All right guys, look at here. Got another one coming. So I have 2 squash. Eggplants here coming along. Right here is my purple hull peas. And my pole beans here. I know this is not tall enough, but I'm gonna have to make do with that. Here is the tiger squash here. Like I said guys, they are blooming and growing, but they're not getting fertilized. Not fertilized guys, I'm meaning to say pollinated. Early one morning when the bloom is open. The bloom is wide open early mornings. And then they close up in the afternoons. So I don't really know how to pollinate these. And the thing is, guys, I do have two tiger squash, so I
don't
would
know
have
if I
thought that they
take
would
both
be
of
easily pollinate
the
each other.
whichever one that's open and rub those together.
Y'all let me know in the comment if I would actually treat this as the
All over
regular
here is
squash.
some
These
more
are
eggplants and some more
tiger squash here, where I
apples
would they would be identified with the male
and
and female
tomatoes.
parts of flower part of
So I'm
the
gonna come out here and do this
tiger
pruning
squash, just
to
like the
some of the
regular squash.
tomatoes because they are trying to bloom.
All right, guys, so my garden tools have come where I can come back here and kind of trim off some of the branches here. To help with a little sunlight. But yeah, guys, everything is coming along out here. Got to do a lot of cleaning up. Yeah, I do have some blackberries coming. They're not quite as big. I really wasn't expecting anything this first year. Got to put up another trellis behind this one because this one is growing a good, is getting a good bit of height. And I'm thinking these were just garden beans or bush beans, but evidently some of these are pole beans. All right, here is the tomato bush. Got to get it staked up. It's getting top heavy. Here are my peppers here. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna come back out and do a little feeding, a little quick feeding here. All right, guys, I'll come back. I'll see you in a few. All right, guys, your girl is back outside. It's maybe an hour or so later. I brought you along earlier just to see how the garden is looking after all this rain we just got. I have two squash that I need to harvest, but guess what? Your girl finally got her little gig together. Okay, so this keeps up with clicks or something or cuts or something. So I got it charged up. So I'm gonna get out here in the garden and just kind of trim back some bushes, just get a start on it just to see how this thing operates. All right, guys. All right, guys, the video cut off on me, so I don't know how much of this that you did get. But hey, this bad boy works, guys. Y'all saw how thick that was. Woo, got that, guys. So watch out for these little stray dogs out here, y'all. All right, guys. Your girl has got hip to something here. All right, let me see how much I can get over here. All right, guys, earlier I was talking about coming back out here and fertilizing after about 6 days since we had got all this rain, but that was not a good idea. I had kind of did a little research,
Although in certain areas, fertilizing again may work well and not in others. So I'm learning that containers, if you are gardening in containers, you may possibly need some more nutrients sooner than in ground beds because the rain flushes them a little bit faster. So things like corn, tomatoes, cucumbers, they are heavy feeders and may eventually, kind of appreciate that little boost once the soil drains out a bit. Herbs usually don't need a repeated feeding as quickly as like corn and tomatoes and cucumbers. So I'm glad I did look that up. I know, like in a previous video, I had told you all that I had fertilized, and then like 7 days later, I think a week later, because I knew the rain was coming, and that I was gonna go ahead and fertilize again from the first fertilizing, because with watering, I'm thinking that some of the fertilizer may have washed away, but and I guess sometimes it depends on how much you are using and the strength of the fertilizer as well too. But yeah, guys, I'm glad I did go back and kind of research that a little bit. So like, especially those what you call those slow release fertilizers,
just cutting them,
they're not
and I'm just letting them fall where they
draining
be.
as quickly as a liquid fertilizer. So I just say if I use like the fish fertilizer and I water and I fertilize the garden with that, now quite naturally, yes, I would go back in and fertilize. But the granulars or the slow release fertilizer, they break down a little slower. So just, we had a lot of rain, and it probably wouldn't hurt if I did go back in and fertilize just a little bit and maybe not as much. But like I said again, you just make that determination of the strength of your fertilizer, like your NPK. You may want to use a lower dose if you decide to go back out and fertilize.
Spray on me, so these mosquitoes are biting through these little things that I got on my arm. Looking a little better already, guys. Wish I could get this right here, but I know that little saw I got. Get that. Look at that branch finally falling down. And this one. All right, guys. All right, guys, so I think that's enough for today. I'm gonna continue trying to cut some more branches. Oh yeah, your girl done got going and can't stop. So I'm gonna end this right here. I'm gonna go ahead on and harvest those 2 squash there. And hey guys, I'll see you on my next video. Y'all stay tuned. I gotta go on the other side and get that. Your girl done got a little happy out here. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic afternoon. All right, friends, today's harvest, small but mighty.